So I wanted to make a second half to the video I showed walking in today using the saddle in utility mode. So here I'm going to actually show you how this goes from a utility mode 5-inch utility belt saddle into a 24-inch deep panel that's going to support you when you're up saddle hunting. And for us here at New York Saddle Hunter, we're rope climbers. So that's key for us, having a very large and deep build in a saddle, all right? Because that's where the comfort comes, and that's how we're able to put these long sits in all day if we have to. Okay, so this is it in utility mode. Like I said, it ends up being like a 5 to 6 inch belt where you can walk in. I put 5.5 miles on today, just showing how doable this is in this mode, with zero chafing, zero drag, no pinch, no nothing. Okay, and my climbing system is in one bag, and I have a couple other miscellaneous things in here. I even have a stirrup for 2-tether climbing as well too, that I'm going to probably end up carrying with me, because in a pinch I'll be able to get into 100% of any tree. Okay, there really will be no drawbacks to anything that I do. I'm not a big one sticker. I do like to one stick. I have done it in the past, but I think this 2-tether climbing system it's more up my alley, being a rope guy. I'm going to actually do a couple videos even showing that too in the near future here. But right now I just want to speak to this build. This is the Cobra from Custom Gear Modifications. Okay, these are 2 custom bags that Jerry had just made. And like I said, they fit my system perfectly. I have a 3-pound climbing system, and it fits with room to spare in this bag. So we'll go over that in a second. But really what I wanted to just show you is the versatility of this build. All right, now of course I've got everything tied up for when I go. I'll walk in. I put my saddle on right at the truck, and you know, it's just one less thing I have to do. That's how I like to do it. And with this build, it doesn't restrict me in any way, shape, or form. Okay, I run 2 bridges, so one bridge I keep short for my climbing system, and the other one I keep long. And then when I go to transfer over from short to long, I'm always tied in. Okay, I never come off my climbing system. Okay, and at the same time I can clip into this with a short tether for comfort. All right, and then I can so choose after that if I do want to disconnect my climbing system and just be on my long bridge. Okay, I generally tend to slack this one off, and I go with that. All right, this way I always have it with me. Okay, the belts on Jerry's builds, I went with a webbing belt. Okay, you can go with this webbing. You can also go with a rope belt, and this is this moves all the way around. He sewed this channel in there. All right, so you can do whatever you want. You know, you can put it to the side, you can put it in the middle. All right, whatever you prefer. I do know with the rope belt, because you do have that knot there, a lot of guys tend to put it to the side, so this way, you know, when they're up and when they're sitting in their saddle, that knot's not hitting you right in your gut. You know, they tend to put it to the side, and it's kind of out of the way. All right, leg loop buckles, or I should say G-hooks. These are really nice. I was always a big the clips, because the quick connects and disconnects. I'm always a fan of those. This is the first time I'm ever running a G-hook, and I actually really do like them. I didn't think I would, but I mean, minimalist as you can get, quiet, you know, cuts down on weight again, of course, everything like that. All right, so this build here, let me also talk to this too. So when you do go and you put it into like a utility belt, you would draw these up real tight on the side. Another nice thing too, because when you open these up, all right, That's giving you a lot more room on the side. You're not getting any hip pinch. You go ahead and open these up all the way. And then, of course, once you're sitting in the saddle, you know, you can do what you want, all right? If you feel like you want to just pull these in a little bit more, kind of make it more compact, make that bottom cup a little bit underneath your butt more, you can do that. That's a real nice part of this saddle. Gives you a little bit more option as far as customizing goes. Okay, let's open this up. This is also on a G hook, so you would just disconnect that, and then, like I say, then this build just opens from top to bottom. Open these all the way up, and now you have top to bottom. You have a panel that's about 24, maybe this one even a little bit more, 24 or 25 inches deep. Okay, so this is hitting me from my mid back all the way to my mid thigh, and that's just, for me, that's key, because I put long sits in my saddles. I don't like any fidget factor when it comes to my saddles. I am probably the most pickiest son of a bitch you'll ever meet when it comes to saddles. A lot of time guys come up to me and they say, hey, you know, check this out, you know, this is really cool, I think you'd like it. And, you know, within 2-3 minutes of me sitting in it, and I'm like, no, you know, and they think I'm crazy. They're like, what do you mean no? I've sat in this thing for hours. And I'm like, no, it's just, I am a picky son of a bitch, and my body tells me immediately whether yes, I'm gonna like it, or no, I'm not. I don't know if that's due to all the years I've been sitting in saddles, but you know, I kind of know what I like. There have been a couple of builds in the past that I've sat in that I did like. They were really good. They were exceptional builds, but this is by and far the best I've sat in so far. I can't say enough good things about this Cobra build. So far, I don't have anything bad to say about it. I don't have any cons at all about this saddle. Everything is, you know, everything is thumbs up on this for me, man. It just fits exactly what I do as a rope climber. It's exactly what I've been looking for all these years. So, the two bridges, you know, some may see it as a little bit of a pain in the ass stepping through. It's really not bad at all. Okay. Pull this up, grab the waist belt, and just tighten that down. Okay. And as I say, this is my main bridge that I'm going to be using to get it up and down in the tree. Okay. And now, as you can see, this hits from my low back all the way to the backs of my thighs. All right. Creates almost like a hammock type situation here. So, all right. I'm going to take my climbing system, hook it on up, get it up in the tree, and I'll put a little seat time in here, and you can see how this thing performs. Okay, so if you're not aware of it already, New York Saddle Hunter, that's what we do. We rope climb here. Okay, I offer one of the lightest, most mobilest systems out on the market today. Is the Halfline 2.0 system. Okay, basically it's a 3-pound system, and it fits right in my saddlebag on my saddle. Comprises of 40 feet of, this is 9.5 tactical response. This is a Sterling rope, okay, 9.5 millimeter. And there is also, I also do climb on 9 millimeter CIV also. This is a really nice rope. I've been using this now for the last year, and really happy with this. So I'll just pop this off this clip. Just give you a little quick introduction to this. And this is how I set my system up. So on all my preset paracord loops, I run a little S-beaner, and that's how I I hook that together. That becomes a continuous loop. So this is how I get away with climbing with only 40 feet, all right? Because this is probably 25, somewhere 25 to 30 feet to that crotch, all right? So this becomes an extension of this. So no longer do I have to carry 75 feet of rope. Now I can get away with only 40, and this is my other 25, 30, 35 feet of rope, more or less. It becomes the extension to this system. So I just go ahead and I unclip here, and I take this S-beaner and I clip it in on here, okay? And then I can pull my line up, get a few tangles here and there, and it'll come right out. Okay. Now when I get to this part here, what I'm gonna do is go back to this loop. Okay, this comes through my eye and clips into this attachment point, like so. All right, goes through the loop, clips to the attachment point, and then I'll just pull this right through, and I'll show you. This is how I girth hitch this system right from the ground. Okay, like so. So at holding this attachment point while I'm pulling it through, as you can see, it puts that eye at a right angle, and it makes it nice and easy. As you watch, it'll go up. And then we just thread the needle right there. Pull that bottom loop right on through. Simple as that. And then right on up. Take this off once I get this down. All right, that one stays connected at all times. This here is gonna actually, what I would do with this tail end, I would tie my pack, and then I would bring my pack up. And in my pack, I have a Doyle's hoist, and that goes to my bow. So in one shot going up the tree, once I get up top, I pull my pack up, hang my pack, and then I pull my bow up off my Doyle's. Okay, but that's it. So we're gonna girth hitch this right on up to the limb, like so. If you have camera gear that you brought with you, you also have this paracord line too, or if there was anything else that you wanted to pull up. In a hunt situation, when I get up top, after my pack's set, my platform's on, my bow set, all the ropes come up with me. So all the ropes come up, they store in my pack, so I don't leave nothing down here. You leave these ropes down here, your hands are on them, you're actually leaving a scent wick down the bottom of your tree. Not a good idea. Okay, so now my system's girth hitched in. My next piece I'm gonna grab out of there. It's my CT quick roll hand fender, has a built-in micro pulley. Okay, that gives me a mechanical advantage. I'm gonna put that on my rope. Now you can also use a foot loop off the bottom of this. So if you want to use foot power to get yourself up the tree, you can definitely do that. Okay, so CT quick rolls on. Next is this Virgo. Okay, this goes on here, and as you can see, there's a little arrow in there, kind of points up. So that's all you got to remember, how to load this. Okay, so the arrow points up, so the rope that goes up, you're going to want to come in through this way. All right, but we'll load it from the back side. Okay, so you're going to load, that would be the ground following the arrow up, like so. And that's how that loads in there. And then this plate just turns. Okay, and that's it. And you're locked, all right? There's a cam in here, so once you apply the brake, that's how it stops. And that's how you would lower, okay? All right, take your carabiner. Go through. That holds me right there. Last but not least, 30 inches of eye-to-eye 8mm hitch cord. Okay, with this, I'm going to tie a canute hitch. I'll probably leave about a 7-inch tail coming out that side, and take 4 wraps around. Okay, I've got 4 coils there. Come around a 5th time and just do a half. Don't go all the way around, kind of creating a bite, like so, okay? So as you can see, I didn't bring that all the way around, but I'm creating this bite. You're gonna take your top part of the hitch and go on a diagonal and bring the bottom part of your hitch around and go through that bite, okay? And dress, pull it, okay? You want them both even. So as you can see, when you leave that 7-inch tail, when you end up completing the knot, it's giving you your eye-to-eye at the same length, okay? And you want this canute, this is how it performs at its highest, okay? You want your 4 coils and your bottom turn, you want it to be a good 1.5 to 2 inches apart from each other. This bottom coil is, as this Virgo tends the system up, okay, this actually acts as a tender, okay? And this actually hits those 4 coils and it just tends it right up the rope, okay? You go to stop if you had to descend real quickly, or if something were to ever happen to this, all right, as soon as that weight goes in there, it's gonna lock right up, okay? To loosen that, same thing. Now it just comes right back up and it loosens it loosens the knot, sends it right back up again. So we're going to slide that down. Keep both legs on the same side, so don't have one behind the rope like so. Keep them both on the same side. Come right on down. Open your carabiner up, and then they just go in, right in behind the Virgo, like so. And that's it. So you got a mechanical that tends a rope hitch. Same thing. Your Virgo, as you go up, it's going to hit that half a turn and it's going to tend those 4 coils. All right. And as I said, if you were to ever hit this brake too hard, or if something were to ever happen, all right, that's how the canute works. It just locks right up. It's giving you added redundancy in this system. Okay, now come back up. The Virgo's going to tend the bottom of the canute, and there you go, goes right back up again. Okay, now you're going to take your tail end, you're going to take that and you're going to go up through this micro pulley. Okay, and there you go, and this is giving you your mechanical advantage. There's a few ways you can do this. Okay, you can put 2 hands on the rope and pull yourself up. I tend to keep one on the ascender and one on my rope, okay? And like so, slide it up, take another bite. It's that simple. Okay, with this mechanical advantage, you're probably pulling, I'd say less than half your body weight. I can actually do this with one hand. You know, if I wanted to, I can get myself up the tree. Okay, it's that easy. So what I do is, like I said, I keep my hand on the ascender. So I pull with this, I pull down with my opposite hand, and then I just slight thrust up. And that's it. Okay, as you can tell, this saddle, all right, now it's fully expanded. Actually, it just went a little more, but I mean, it's like sitting in a swing. So, yeah, so as you can see, this saddle, this build, this Cobra build, it just it just envelops your whole lower body here. I'm like sitting in a swing, which giving you a total comfort. And at the same time, this is pretty comfortable, and I'm still on my short bridge, okay? Now, once I transition over to this longer bridge like this, that's where the comfort really comes in, because now that pivot is much wider, so that, you know, you think of it as like a triangle, okay? As I'm climbing up, you know, I'm on the short bridge right here, and you know, it's pretty comfortable. I mean, I couldn't sit like this for a long period of time because it's pinching. Like I said, this short bridge is just pretty much its purpose is for me to climb up and down. All right, when I do get up to top, and I do either if I stay on my rope or if I do transition over to my short tether. This is just give you an idea what that looks like. Okay, now I'm on my long bridge. All right, and this is where all the comfort is built in. Okay, so now I got this long pivot. Okay, so now it's not closing in, it's not biting in on my hips anymore. Now this is just totally super comfortable. And the nice thing about this too is with these Prusik connections here, you can tailor it to what feels better for you. I kind of keep it in that like 50-50 mode, so it's pulling equally from the bottom and the tops. It's kind of what I like to do. And I'm getting an equal pull. So I got probably just as much, you know, that's not super tight, you know, it's not digging into the backs of my thighs. And at the same time, on my waist, same thing, I've got some movement there. So really what I'm feeling is right in my butt, you know, that's where everything is like just coming down, and that's where it's giving me all the comfort, right in my butt. So this is loose enough where it's not digging in my thighs. The top panel's loose enough where it's not digging into my hips, and that's it. All right, and this is still at a 90-degree angle too. So when you do tether off, you're more at a 45, and then that's where the comfort really gets built in. So yeah, basically I just wanted to give you a really just a little quick video on why I choose the Cobra from Custom Gear Modifications. This saddle is totally key to my style of climbing, to what I do. I can't say enough good things about this build. I definitely do not have any cons. It's comfortable as hell when you're sitting in it. It stores up nice and small into a utility belt when you want to pack in for several miles. With the bags on it, my system fits right inside the bags. It's win-win for me all the way around. So do yourself a favor, give Jerry a call today. Not to mention that he can do custom builds for you. If you guys got any old camo that you really like, you like the patterns, you like the style, the feel of the fabric, he does some really soft-sided panels as well, like a fleece or a brush suede or something like that. I mean, he does a lot of nice stuff, man. So get on the phone with him, pick his ear. Great guy. He'd sit there and BS with you, you know, all day, talking saddles, builds, this, that, everything, you name it, man. All around good guy. So yeah, definitely do yourself a favor, man. Give him a call. All right, guys, thanks.